right, thanks for sticking with us through that a little bit of a delay, but we are ready to get things underway here between Leviatan and Isurus. That was like the strangest enunciation I could possibly do on Isurus. But we are going to get a pistol round here on Inferno. Isurus starting on that defensive half, and they got a dualies, quaddies even, John. 4 pistols in 2 sets of hands.
Yeah.
But it seems like they might be completely circumvented because it's going to be Ali who has to deal with all of the pressure. The man with the kit, no armor. And it's a bit of a retake setup. So that's the site given up for free. That is going to be the bomb going down. And how is Isurus going to approach this retake?
Well, I think it was a bit of a gamble stack on the A site, but one that lets you retake from Banana with 4 players, which is exactly what's happening. Laser's got a lot of pressure on his shoulders, but he is supported by Tommy Jed. And it will be, oh, look at that. Noxy and Destiny get a couple of quick frags, 5v3, and there you have it.
Right, here we go. They passed the first hurdle. They need to get more, though. They do have a kit, so time is on their side, and they continue to get these kills flying through the air with the dualies. My goodness, it's been left to Dillian. He's got a smoke in his face, a really tough situation to try and deny this plant. Oh, the nice play, but he just loses track of the player in smoke. That was actually really nicely done from Dillian. The awareness to recognize that the only player he had to kill was the diffuser. He just couldn't actually find where that diffuser was. Bummer.
Just doing a quick digging here, Mike, because it looks like Yoko Wow, who was just a stand-in for Leviatan, is not going to be playing here. It's actually Laser in his place.
Yeah, I was wondering about that one. Okay. Laser coming on in. Now we figure out what's on there. All right, a little bit of a change-up. Catching us off guard.
Yeah.
Got to keep us on our toes here. On the caster. Here comes the strike in. Crossfire set up by Isurus is good, but it only gets 1, and oh no! Okay, oh yes, if you're an Isurus fan. This one has swung back and forth like a yo-yo, and Reversive somehow brings it back under potential control here. Leviathan, Ali could ruin all of this, but not if he takes a laser shot to the head. They have to go all the way back for the bomb, but that might actually work in their favor because if they head to B, they have a vacant site. And, well, now they know where Noxy is. So how does Reversive actually try and play this? Obviously, can't take any damage. A bullet would end it here. But a bomb plant would at least give him the opportunity, afford the chance to play off of this. That bomb retrieved. They really left it in the furthest possible spot. Now he's going to make the play. And with Noxy just chilling in the library, committing to his first read, you are going to have the opportunity for the free plant here for Reversive, and at the very least, bomb money to secure.
I mean, Reversive should almost certainly get this bomb planted down to dirt, and there you have it. Noxy getting towards the A site, probably realizing now that I'll have to double back towards B. No, he actually runs towards A, doesn't realize it immediately. Yeah.
Let me just check. Let me just make sure.
Exactly.
But here's the kit. Did he not pick it up?
Wait. He did not. I don't think.
He ran right past the kit. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Oh, you ran over it. I bet he thinks he has it. I bet he thinks he has a kit. He's timing based on that. He's got to go quick now. Did he just not see it? What's it? He's going to try and stick a full 10 seconds. He's making the play in towards Coffin. Oh, no. He's lost his life through the smoke. Reversive pulls it off. Noxy not making life easier for himself. He walked past it, John. I thought the whole idea was he knew the kit was down towards mid, so he wanted to make sure he'd go back over it. Oh, no.
We do have a disconnect here on Leviatan, maybe Yoko Wow coming into the server, but yeah, that is just a bit of a blunder because there's really no reason not to pick up that kit, right? In that situation, he really did play it like he had it. I'm convinced he thought he ran over it and had it on his backpack. So, all right, well, while we have a bit of time to talk, assuming Laser does come back in or he stays in the server here for Leviatan, he played for Offset most recently. And he played 3 BO3s for them, and the last one he played was actually against Leviatan, and maybe Leviatan liked what they saw, and they wanted to give him a chance to try out in this closed qualifier. So that's what I'm assuming if he stays in. If it's Yoko Wow to come in, then he was just here because maybe something was going on in terms of connection issues. So it's one of the two there, Mike.
Yeah, let's see. Let's look at that series and see if he actually did well. Yeah, he did pretty well. Maybe impress them a little bit with some of his plays. Who we got? Oh, Laser's still here to reconnect.
Okay, so I think that's the conclusion.
All right. So maybe a little bit of a trial going on here. Something going on. Ooh, nice tag early on. The scout is going to need to do something if they're going to have much of a chance in this round, right? You got the deagle, so maybe you go for the tag and bag them approach. And there's a couple of tags. A couple players softened up for the pistols. But if they can continue to press onto the site, it is actually quite soft. The scout might have just been enough. They're scurrying back, John. They're scurrying back. Heading towards Banana, and there's 3 players laying in wait. This is actually not a bad setup. Where's the utility? It's on B. Okay, so they've got a smoke and a nade. A second smoke that'll be also on B. There's a lot of utility here. They can make some noise. Shots need to connect, but that first one does. Bodies are starting to hit the floor. It's just a P250 to escort them through, and the smoke's now to give cover. The bomb's been dropped in. So it's not like Leviathan can reset here. They are committed, very much so, and they continue to lose casualties. They've now been funneled in towards a choke point. Don't quite know what to do. They can't decisively swing. Dillian, fortunate, I think, to escape that engagement. I like the swing with the P250, just couldn't quite connect the bullet needed. And they're just stuck. They're fish in a barrel for the scout. Why not? One after another, they fall, and it's all going to be left to Laser. New man on campus, new man in the squad. Has to somehow get through this with no utility, retrieve that bomb, and try and get it planted. And all it's going to take is one deep shot anywhere on the body, and I think he's a goner. Oh. They know he's here. Yeah, lured into Nithon, and there comes the kill. The bait from the player Nubox was enough to dry him through. That's a big round to take for Isurus.
Yeah, definitely a nice one for Isurus to kind of hang on to there, despite the fact that they had some limited weaponry. They still made it work with a couple of scout frags coming in. And you're going to see Nithon grab the scout this time. He's usually the one who's got the big green gun, of course. And the player I wanted to highlight, too, because he's their top frag over the last month with 363 frags over 18 maps played, a plus 84 kill-to-death differential, and a 1.30 KDR. So we'll see if he can continue that hot streak into this matchup.
Deep banana control taken early here. The smoke affords them that cover. You do have to be a little bit wary of this setup on this kind of a round just because the stampede of techs, well, there's only one Tech 9, but the stampede of pistols can actually overwhelm an SMG. Not kind of a tight angle. It kind of plays to some of the pistol strengths, but you should still be fine.
Reversive had a chance to open some things up there, but Noxy takes him down with the AK, and then Ali going a little aggressive there. He's got nothing to support, who gets tagged down by the Deagle, but they're doing a good job supporting each other. A couple of frags come in, and then Nithon racks up the 4th scout frag for Isurus over the last 2 rounds, leaving only Laser stranded and alone here with a Deagle in his position known. He should be done and dusted. He does get one, maybe a second on Nithon. He's being a little over aggressive here, but no, Nithon will take him down, and Isurus hang on.
It's like Nithon looked at it and thought, what's the one way we could potentially lose this round is if I stick around here and fight.
Exactly.
Let me stick around here and fight. But he does win it. I was just going to say, I think with the last round of nerf to the Deagle, I actually, in those kind of rounds, almost prefer a full Tech 9 assortment.
Really?
Yeah, it just gives you so much running and gunning. Like, I know that objectively in a gunfight you want a Deagle over a Tech, still, absolutely. But especially on a map like Inferno, where you can overwhelm like Banana and those tight choke points, rocking up on somebody with 5 Tech 9s is just a nightmare. Because you just never have to stop running.
I think I generally agree, but there's just so much firepower that it's hard to give up the Deagle, and oh my goodness, the meat grinder.
Speaking of firepower, they'll bring a little bit of it into that round. It's looking good for Isurus here, right? Despite that fumble against the T-side force buy, which again came down to a 1v1 clutch that got all kinds of weird. They have run every other round. And these last couple, admittedly against pistols. Nothing really to show for it. I've been clean. So now, here we got the rifles out, John. Here it's time for Leviathan to show us what they got.
Yeah, we'll have to see. A player to highlight there is Tommy Jed, who in 18 maps played 341 frags and 32 3-kill plus rounds. That includes 5 4Ks and 1 ace, along with an ADR of 81.6. Certainly going to be a player to watch on this Leviathan side, as well as Reversive, of course. And Ali is going to get one to open things up on 1962. 5v4 quickly for Isurus. Dillian is taking some damage from utility, and he does get one, but his teammate drops right beside him, so it's still a man advantage in favor of Isurus, and they've got the presence on the B site to deny, and even on A. The thing is, maybe Laser can catch off these two players on Porch if he peaks at the right time.
I wonder what the significance of 1962 in particular is.
I'm not sure. I do know he's been playing back since 1.6, though.
So he's been playing since 1962. There we go.
I don't know if that's...
Oh, Laser! Oh, nearly had the setup for 2, but Destiny snaps around after getting the nade kill and finishes it off nicely. Beautifully done there. That could have been really bad, right? As Laser comes around, he's got the chance to take both if he's snappy enough, but what a response from Destiny.
Oh, wait, sorry, I crossed up 2 players. 1962 has actually only been playing since 2016. That's what I get for making notes on 4 teams in one day, Mike.
There you go. There you go.
It's okay. But still, I'm not sure what the significance is, because, yeah.
If anyone
maybe
in
just
chat
likes the numbers.
knows why he plays as 1962, we would love to hear it. Laser will lurk the apartment. A little bit of utilities, gonna wean down some damage. 1962 is on fire. Wonder if there are any significant fires that year. Just really gonna have to pull up like a timeline of 1962 news events for this cast. Okay, there's the news event. Shot to the dome. Deco down for the count. Nithon will connect with the AWP, but they've got to be a little bit wary here. These pistols can overwhelm, as we discussed previously. That shot's missed, and now they're very up close and personal. Uncomfortable for Nithon, but he's getting it done with the pistol. It'll all fall to Reversive, but what a big play! That one gets way too messy, way too hairy, but somehow, some way, Isurus still emerge out the other side.
Isurus lucky they have a big cushion in terms of their economy there, because, wow, the damage was done by Reversive. Some wicked shots, those last 2 in particular. He could have easily flicked and found the last one and won the round for his squad, but wasn't in the cards that time. Still, you know, it's good to build some momentum for yourself and at least get those shots flowing. That said, Isurus do have a 5-round lead, and Leviathan really hasn't been able to do much outside of those individual efforts. Destiny is going to be watching around mid, and he will be backing off because a smoke is thrown for Archside, but he throws a smoke of his own, and the nade that's going to connect for a little bit of damage on Reversive, who goes down to 75. You're seeing Leviathan just trying to get that map control. Couple of players down alt mid, a couple down mid itself, and you see 1962. He's hanging around Banana with the bomb right by his side.
Here we go. Brackets control established. Isurus is very passive in it, not fighting mid at all. I want to do so, but they will take some control towards Banana. Reestablish top Banana control, get that information, and that means the flank could come quickly if they push through. Smokes up for the library. Mollies to still keep them at bay. That's nicely deployed. That does put a little bit of doubt in their mind. 1962 was actually just dropping the bomb. He didn't want to get caught if he was with a solo B-Lurk. Oh no. The full rotate. Isurus have given so much space over, and this smoke, 1962's seen what side it comes from. So he's going to try and make the play. Might get caught here. Eventually does. Takes the full magazine. But he does get caught. Still, that is going to prompt him in towards B. Knowing that it was light presence on site, there's a gap in the cross smoke. You can't leave gaps in cross smokes, and they will all die as a result.
Oh, that is rough.
Can't do it.
I mean, you definitely can, especially not here against Isurus, because they will punish you every single time, as they did. 4 players left standing, made it look easy against what was a full-on buy-up there for Leviathan, and a timeout being called for good reason. They need to recompose themselves here, Mike.
Those are just the kind of mistakes that you're going to be punished for every day of the week. That is, there's just a few smokes that you cannot miss. That's one of them. Crossing in towards B smoke, you leave a gap, you will pay for it every single time. Fundamentals, man. Fundamentals.
You can't. I mean, I don't want to be mean or anything, but really, you can't miss that smoke in Inferno at this level, in my opinion.
It happens. Heat of the moment. Teams make mistakes, but it is one of those mistakes that is a critical error, and you will almost always suffer the penalty for.
Yeah. I mean, once, okay. But let's see. If it doesn't happen again for the rest of the match, they're okay. But still, the fact that they're down 7-1 makes it a little more problematic and glaring, right?
Yep. Yeah. No, certainly not an ideal scoreline here for the Leviathan side. That was a fast play from Noxy. That was bold as well. He didn't even have a teammate for support. He went through a smoke. Really tried to go balls to the walls on that one. And it didn't work out for him. Let's see if they can capitalize. Reversive. It's a big pick. Means that now you've just got Deco isolated on site. He'll press his way into the apartments, and I actually like that call, right? Give himself a little bit of space to work with. He's dancing around in smoke. This is so awkward. Oh. And kissing in the smoke, he will emerge with a kill on the 1962. This bomb's going down, but he has changed the formula on this retake, right? He's evened up the numbers, and he's established this apartment's control, which they're going to have to respect. Now this causes problems. Causes serious problems for Leviatan.
Oh, Gillian spotted Moat. That's a nice spot.
That would have been a huge kill to take. He's doing damage. He's keeping them slowed. Big kill from the pit. And at this point, time being what it is, Isurus, do they still fancy a chance in? I don't think they do. That opts withdrawing. Yeah. They're retreating. They're bailing out.
It would have been way too expensive to risk that, especially considering they didn't really have much control onto the site proper. And when you don't on the A side of Inferno, there's just so many angles you have to clear. It's unlikely you'll come out with the win in a man disadvantage post-plant situation. So, good job by Leviatan. It all starts with 1962. Kind of catches off Noxy getting a little too aggressive down banana. And he wasn't really aware of the fact that 1962 could be that close. So good utility usage by Leviatan and great execute onto A. So they pick up their second. They really do need to rally around that because, you know, Isurus last time just isolated their round victory and then went on a bit of a run for themselves.
Cuban Missile Crisis happened in 1962, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Forgot about that. Oh, Python. It's a shot, but he was so aggressive in towards mid. Just again,
you might not expect Deco.
Incredibly committed play. Deco, though, the follow-up does get one. So now they've got the advantage. Got the advantage. They can fade off of this. Some noise was definitely heard, so presence is still confirmed. The brackets control will be taken here by Leviatan. Destiny. This could be huge. That flash is good, and he's down for the count. Nice use of utility here. Quick, simple, easy. Deco, what? He had the smoke, just didn't throw it.
I think he was about to.
Yeah, but he turned around. he pulled out the smoke. He looks at the molly. He thinks about throwing it, and then he turns around and is like, nah, I'll just swing, and dies. Because, of course, they're holding for it. A bit of an odd decision there in the moment, but it's okay. Yeah. It will be another round, though, for Leviatan. And then suddenly, from what was looking like an absolutely suffocating half, they've emerged with a few.
That's awesome for them, yeah, to get a couple in a row in particular. They do want to keep these last three alive so that they don't have to rebuy into the 2 AKs and, of course, save that M4A1S over. And you see Ali, well, yeah, their money's getting a little bit tight on Isurus, so he's going to definitely save. At least Niathon has 6K, so he can probably buy some pistols for them in this next round, or they could choose to force, but I think it's just going to be a light buy up, a half buy at most for Isurus as Leviatan. Nicely done for them, twice in a row, getting that A site.
All right, here's another very important thing from 1962.
All right.
First appearance of Spider-Man.
Oh. I think we should just talk to him.
Probably. Maybe he's just a huge Spider-Man fan. It's legit. Those early Ditko, Stan Lee runs were great, man.
Yeah, and even the show back in the day was good.
You can find the collections, folks. Strongly recommend. They hold up. They hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Nades in towards mid. Some damage is done. Oh, the timing. 1962 is going to have him dead to rights.
Is he?
Yes. Yes. Okay, there we go. It is traded out on the other side, and it was just an isolated player towards B. So there's nothing to support this. But Oxy now has a very tough task. Good Molotov. Actually, a bold Molotov. If someone had been on the close end of it, they could have actually just swung in. That could get a bit risky, but he goes for the deep molly, and now he's got the solo hold. This is a very tough ask. Playing the Kraken in smoke. Someone intentionally set up, and they'll figure it out. They'll figure out the attempt. Just spam through and catch themselves a major prize as a result. This time the cross smoke is good. Molotov will slow the approach in towards site, but Deco can only do so much with an MP9 through this. He's gonna try and commit in. He wants to fight. He doesn't want to save. But his teammates don't want any part of it. They're not coming. The cavalry is not here. They've been abandoned. The ships are flying off. They're out. Full surrender.
Wow. Nice little run from Leviatan. And to note, the last time they played against Isurus in the Flowfire League 2021 finals, where they ended up losing to them on Inferno, they were solid. They won 16-6 against Isurus, which now is already not even possible because Isurus have picked up more rounds in that last map that they played here with 7. So, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe we're finally getting the Leviatan that we were expecting to see on Inferno. As Deco is going to take one more down after time, but Isurus, I think, making the wise call to save there next.
Yeah, they've got no money. They've got no money. And that $600 actually does go a ways to being able to invest something into this round, right? I mean, could just save it over towards getting an op in the future, but you'd imagine maybe putting a smoke or a Molotov here, giving Deco a little bit more agency to play that B site and be able to hold him at bay. Not a bad idea. Timeout's going to be called here from Isurus. Is there like, okay, this was 7-1. We were stomping them. They couldn't figure out how to take a site to save their lives. What's happening, guys? What's changed? Why are we letting them into this to try and get back to the domination ways?
Yeah, and at least Nathan still has the big green in his hand, so he'll be able to bring that into this round. And given they saved a couple of other SMGs and rifles, you'd think that Noxy and Ali would be investing into this one, but maybe just go with the pistols and see what can happen. No, they are going to invest at the end of the day. You see the A1S being dropped over, and a couple of MP9s along with the FAMAS will round out the buy. So they go all in, don't have full utility, but it's a good chunk for them. Over in Leviatan, they're finally building up a little bit of bank under their feet, and they got AKs across the board with full utility. They've been very effective at the A site and did see a successful B hit there. We'll see if Isurus will have a little more to say should they choose to hit that B site once more, which was
heavy nades.
Isurus's playground. Yeah, good nades thrown, but they don't connect, unfortunately.
That's fine though. Isurus has been getting aggressive on B, so it's I'm fine with that gamble being taken, right?
Yep.
Roll the dice, see if you're just going to get a kill for free at the beginning of the round. And they were poised, of course, with so many bodies there initially to then just strike on towards the site if they did. Pretty tough situation for Isurus. Don't have the utility for a sustained exchange here, so they're going to have to be conservative with their nades. That smoke comes in at the right time. How long is it going to be able to hold up? A smoke under the coffins, a smoke under the cross. It's a lot committed from Leviathan, considering they're locked out of this. And they're going to draw the third rotator. That's what they were looking for. But what's interesting here, John, is that the bomb is left in Banana. So if for whatever reason Dillian gets dropped here, it's going to take them a lot of time to recover that, even if they succeed in getting this A site. This might be a split in towards B, but it's not really the way they're posturing. They've got options. And Isurus is reacting to it. They're rotating off.
They have to fall off. They have to send a player back to pick up the bomb at the bottom of Banana because it's just too tall of an ask to leave Dillian by himself to get that while they pincer in towards the B site. And that might not even be the play. The thing is, though, 27 seconds left and they're still not set up.
Yeah, this is bad. Now they lose the initial foray. They could really run out of clock here. They're going to head in towards A. No, they're bailing?
What?
They're bailing. 15 seconds. Is there any more utility? Nighthon has a molly. If he drops this Molotov, he wins the round. He's got the first kill. Are they even going to risk it? They just have to run into him. That's the round. It's done. They cannot win it on time. He's done enough. Leviathan lose that to the clock. What a way to go out.
I mean, they just couldn't decide. They couldn't make up their minds. Back and forth, don't know which site to go for. At the end of the day, they rotate off of A once they lost that player, which honestly, at that point, you're committed. Try to get the trade and charge forward because going for that rotation around B decreases your chances of success substantially in that round. So bit of a questionable decision. Of course, they walk into the hottest player on Isurus right now, which is Nithon, sitting at 14-4. And that gives Isurus at least a lead heading into the second half, and their first win in 4 rounds.
Someone in chat did suggest that 1962 is the year that his father was born.
Oh, okay, that's plausible.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Because he's 26, so yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. Story checks out. Math checks out. We're gonna get a Hall's pop here. Well, the pop's a little late, so players were spotted. Now they're coming in, though. Flash is good. They don't clear mini pit. That's part of the Hall's pop. You do have to clear mini pit. Eventually, they do find it. Eco did take 2, but it leaves it in a 3-on-3 with this bomb down. Pretty good exchange rate for Leviatan. It maybe wasn't as snappy as you hoped for, but the end result's the same. And now Isurus has a decision to make about whether they really want to go for this retake.
They have the utility advantage, though, Mike. Isurus.
Do. Molly's in the pit would be good. Take out this position. There's the first one. But Laser's gotten the kill. He's gotten the apps player as well, so now no one can really capitalize on those mollies into the pit, and they're going to back off the Balin.
Now you have to. They had to get that first pick. Once they don't, don't throw the op away, nor the A1S, in fact. And Nithon also has 3 pieces of utility left. Just bring them over into the next round. Again, a good hit by Leviatan into the A side. Looked a little rough around the edges at the beginning because they didn't clear a mini pit, and Deco was allowed to get a couple of frags, but they did eventually manage to drop him, and that was the end of the defense for Isurus on the site. And as mentioned, it's very difficult to get your way back onto A once you've lost control. And seeing a lot of questions in the chat regarding Yoko. We don't have any official information, but what I can say is that he was listed as a stand-in for Leviatan, so I think it was only a temporary gig for him playing with Leviatan. And Laser, who recently left his team, might be on a tryout here. That's the assumption anyway, but we don't know for sure.
Oh, Noxy! Oh, when this flash fades, he's got 1, but he's a dead man. That was bold. We've seen him do this a couple times, and Nithon just is out in the open. I mean, come on. They're going so aggressive with these, and the bodies are just going to continue to fall. They were left very exposed. That is a very coin flip play. Either you immediately get the kills or you on a really tough spot, and that's going to be the round. Destiny, locked out, has to save this gun so that he's got something in the last. They've got not much in terms of money spare. Is he really going to attempt this 1v3? Posturing like he will.
I'd be very
going for it. Does he just want the kit? No, he's going for it. He's going for it. Doesn't even stop to pick up the kit. So now time is against him. We've seen that go against them before, and he won't have to worry about it because he's dead. What a recovery from Leviatan. It was 7-1.
And they also didn't look very good in those rounds that they lost. A lot of mistakes being made, but they really have picked themselves up. That timeout helping them settle things down, recoup. And look, we're heading into round number 15. It could be as close as it gets, which is excellent if you're Leviatan going on what is would be a 6-1 run, assuming they convert here with a 7th round. And looking at Isurus, well, they don't have much to go off of here. They've got a couple of MP9s, a CZ, a FAMAS, and of course Nithon still carrying the big green. He's only died 5 times, but it's mostly because he's been saving the op whenever given the opportunity.
14-5 ain't a bad line.
No.
But they need it to translate into a few more rounds, right? If they're empty kills at the tail end of the round, who cares if you're a Leviatan fan? They will take those. Here comes the play. Pretty straightforward play in towards B. This time they're going to throw the smoke to isolate the fight around the cross. But Nade's coming back the other way. Might just slow them down for a moment. That is the only HE. Now just have 2 more flashes. Leviatan have done a good job of drawing out what teensy little bitty pieces of utility there actually were. Now there is a single flash and a second that can come in from spawn. Who's going to get the first pick? Nithon with that op could be a difference maker here. He'll need to be good. He'll need to hit. He'll need to connect. And he's had that shot baited out. Still does get the trade. Fortunately, his teammate sacrificing their life to set him up. And that's a big kill from Noxy. They know he's here, but the flashbang has put the great effect. Even gets the dink on the next. Dillian manages to snap back, but he is low. And Laser's going to make the solo play out. It was to retrieve a smoke, but he's still out in the open, all alone. 24 seconds. Is this a save? Are they coming back through? I'm so
It's last
confused by
round.
the decision making. Yeah, they got to go for it. They got no clock. All right, the bomb has come back now. He wanted a rifle. Got it. Laser, that's a huge kill, but they still don't know Ali's here. He's just going to deny the bomb plant, and then they're done. They're dead. That's it. Just has to stay alive. 4-3. The round has been won. Once again, lost to the clock. Leviatan, not enough time here, and it will be a 9-6 as we hit the half.
You know my online baby never breaks my heart. She believes
Really need to make this happen. And I really need to talk to you, girl. Face to face. Let's talk about it. Face to face. Let's talk about it. Face to face. Let's talk about it. And I really need to talk to you, girl. Let's talk about it. Face to face. Whoa. And I really need to talk to you, girl. Let's talk
9-6, the scoreline here, and oh, we are into the second half pistol. Okay, they did not want to wait right into the action. Reversive, trying to make this comeback happen, this retake happen. Good job of it so far, but okay, the numbers stacking up. It's all going to be on the laser. New man in will not be able to see this one through. So the round is won for Isurus, and they start off on the right foot here in this second half. Still, John, I do have to say, that first half, quite the collapse. 7-1 was the scoreline. We end 9-6. Not a bad recovery from Leviatan at all.
Yeah, not bad, but we still saw a couple of mistakes come through. In particular, in the last round, they played the clock incorrectly for the second time in the half. So a little disappointing for Leviatan to end it on that note. And then Isurus are able to hold on in that pistol round. Leviatan tried a similar strategy, going for the full-on retake after the bomb was planted, but Isurus was able to deny there. And of course, Nithon has been very important for the Isurus side, especially with the APA towards the latter part of that first half of action. He's up 15-6, leading his team and tied with Reversive on the other end, who's 15-13.
That's not a more telling scoreline of the differences between a CT and a T side.
Oh, yes.
Just the deaths, right?
Yep.
All right, here comes the take. Need to connect here early with these scouts if you can have much impact. They haven't been able to do so. So now the T's are beating on their doorstep. They're kicking in the door at the hinges. All 5 players are here to receive them, though. And, okay, 1962. A couple big kills from the mini pit. But may not have the teammates to see it through. Versive has these players isolated. Good kill from Ali. That's one of those situations when you're pushed into the pit like that, right? Where things could get away from you. If the Deagle manages to get those quick shots, suddenly it turns around, but Isurus recover.
One player on Leviatan that's kind of MIA right now, though, is Tommy Jed. Usually, I highlighted him before. He's been very good for them over the last month. He's, as mentioned, usually their top ADR player, but right now only sitting at 2 frags, so they're going to need a little more from him if they want to come back in this match. They're going for a full-on stack here.
Why not? USPs, right?
Yeah.
Shell game. Okay. It was just Deco here. He just has a match. Destiny. We'll show a little nifty rifle work to line that one up. Nicely done. Deco's actually come out ahead of Nithon at this point. 17-8. My guy was the B anchor for much of that game.
Yeah, everyone's really fragging out now for Isurus. The only one below a KDR of 1 is Destiny, but he's flirting with it at 11 and 12, and of course those last 3 frags helped him get up to that point. So, yeah, I'd say if you're Isurus, you're feeling pretty confident right now, but not too confident because, of course, those were just eco rounds for Leviatan. Now they're going to come back with the full-on buy-up. Dillian's got the op in his hands, and 4 A1Ss surround him. we will see a little more from the key players of Leviatan as things get going here in round number 19. Eco will be hanging around that corner on the T-ramp. Isurus playing this quite slowly. They want to bide their time, maybe bait out a push from Leviatan.
There's the push. They have to now be able to realize it. 2 players peeking in. Damage going both ways. Molotovs are good, and there's just no way for Reversive to get out of there. You need a smoke or something to bail you out. They didn't have it at hand. It's the risks of the log pile, right? Those logs make pretty good tinder. I feel like the existence of Tinder, the dating app, is going to lead to a generation that doesn't understand that that's actually a word that means something.
I certainly hope not.
I don't know, man. Sometimes you wonder about language. It shifts as the years go by. 1962 is big responsibility here. They are coming his way. And if he doesn't hold off here, really going to commit to sandbags. Okay, this is bold. This is bold. Has to stand and deliver, and he will do no such thing. What's the difference between 2 players? And that means no kills. Jed, we've talked about his lack of impact to this point, but now is a chance. Molly down and health low. This bomb is being planted. They want to attempt this retake. Really shouldn't, now that they've lost their player on site.
No.
They're out.
I think Laser's going to hover around a little bit longer and then fall off. Yeah, there you go. But Dillian was already backing off. You cannot risk the AWP given the money situation right now for Leviatan and the fact that Isurus is going to pick up their 13th, meaning they're only 3 rounds away from securing map number 1, which is, reminder, Leviatan's map pick, and a map they've won on 10 times over their last 13 attempts. So this is very much an aberration in terms of their performance. Use laser, so no, they lose the op too.
There's nowhere to go.
Dillian.
He knew he was surrounded. Not the hide and seek champ of this particular round, man. The op's down. They got nothing. They got nothing. They got nothing, John. They're broke.
Man,
They got schmonked.
they would have been able to force up around those 2 guns too. Now they're stuck.
Ooh, and they're running out of opportunities. This is now the situation where you're just not gonna have too many more rounds, right? You're on your map pick. And you're staring down the face of never really getting to get going on your CT side. Oh, fast in. No hesitation here for Noxy, and maybe he should have hesitated a little bit. But, running into his Molotov, Noxy will catch Reversive from beyond the grave. It's a bold move. He may have been committed into it by the sandbags position. I'm not actually sure. But he does burn.
Yeah, I think he was stuck.
Happens.
Mm-hmm.
Got the kill. That's what matters. They're very much committed to this B take. But they still got time to play off of. So they're going to let it breathe.
Oh.
All right.
I mean, that's a nice shot from Tommy Jet. Really needs to find his rhythm, as mentioned. Eco. It's pushed back by a Molotov. I'm not sure if Isurus are going to have the same problem as Leviatan in deciding which site they're going to take, right? As you see the bomb backing off towards B. 33 seconds left. They got to make a decision. Now he's doubling back to join his teammates who do have the positioning towards truck side and apartments to get in here. 1962 along with, I believe it is Laser, yeah, have a crossfire set up. 1962 can get the frag. He does. This is big. Laser finds Deco. Only Destiny left standing. Oh, it's all falling apart
Backing
for
off?
Isurus on an anti-eco. He
It's a
is going to
save.
back off.
You can't back off. You don't have the time. If you back off, it's a save. And indeed, he will lose his life. Destiny trying to back off of it didn't have the option, really. And that is going to be the pistol round stolen away by Leviatan. So, okay, heck of a way to get yourself on the board here. Rifles gained. And Isurus, perhaps picking up on their opponent's struggles with the clock here, John.
It really was exactly that. They couldn't decide where to go. They lost a body on the B side. They didn't really have to panic, but it felt like they were in deciding where they wanted to end up. If they had just gone for that A hit cleanly with more time on the clock, they would have had the opportunity to spot out the enemies and really zero them in. But because panic set in and they were trying to figure out, where they were being shot at from, they couldn't realize that a crossfire was set up for Mini Pit and the A site. So good job by Leviatan. I mean, very limited investment, and they get the round victory that helps their economy. That means they have a full-on buy-up coming through here, and it could be the turning point that they were looking for. That said, Isurus will still have enough money to buy up AKs across the board in full utility, so Leviatan will be tested once more.
Early nade just might slow up Isurus. They've been going very fast in these initial engagements, right? Ali even committing to a Molotov there, burning most of his health just to try and get that first pick right off the rip. They're not going to have it. Instead, they are going to lose banana control. Tommy Jet deep down. Dillion there in support. This could be bad. Good molly. Laser on fire here. This could be bad. They're coming back to banana. This is the setup. This is the setup, John.
Do they realize it? Did they get an inkling?
Now they know. The op's there, but they don't clear their corners at all. Tommy Jed's here. Now the op can swing again. It's a 1-2 punch that they were not prepared for. And their man on A trying to lurk through arch just gets caught offhand. So now there's nothing for Isurus. They don't have map control. They don't have numbers. They don't have positioning. But Ali's still going to give this the old college try. That bomb will likely go down. Versive trying to deny it actually loses his life, and suddenly this is a round that's in doubt. Leviatan, can they recover? Out in the open, that's a freebie. Trying to reposition to the graveyard. Didn't realize how close the CTs were at hand. There's a player in pit, and the player's been spotted. And with the spot, should be the drop. I don't think he's even positioned to deny this bomb plant. Or this bomb defuse, rather. But they will make sure to clear the pit and not have to worry about it.
Oh, if he didn't have to reload, he would have had that. That's a shame. Just ran out of bullets in the magazine. So, Leviatan, again, going to take that round. Credit to Isurus for managing to pull things together just to get that bomb planted. In my opinion, they could have almost won that round if it wasn't for that one reload needed on the AK. But I don't know. I'm just seeing a lot of hesitance from Isurus, and they're going for weird plays at times, especially the one player kind of isolated going up, I think it was arch side.
Yeah, they're so eager to get a pick, right?
Yeah.
We're seeing it early in rounds where they're just flying around as individuals, trying to get an opening pick, and they're putting themselves in compromised situations as a result. We've seen it a few times. I don't know what the solution is. Either you simplify and run as a pack, or they're going to run as a pack in this round. And, well, Ali's the first one out, and he is dead. That flashbang working beautifully. They've dropped the bomb as well. This round is probably already circling the drain. Crossfire setup, the classic, in the line up there for Tommy Jed. Also, let's talk about this. This guy had 1 kill in the first half? Two kills? Two kills?
Yeah.
12 and 18 now. Quite the recovery.
He's got 10 already. That's pretty good. Good for him. That's what Leviatan needed. There's no doubt about it. So glad to see him start to catch fire here for his squad. One thing I wanted to mention, not from that previous round, but the round before it, is that I like the idea that Isurus was trying to pull off, jumping across from Banana, getting the information, but you also have to be wary of the fact there's a player close by and clear your corners. They spotted out the op, great, but they didn't realize there was M4 around the corner. Oh, Noxy will open things up with a bang. AK down the middle. He gets the headshot on Dillion. 5v4, and that gives Isurus a lot of space to work with.
Finally got that advantage they've been looking for. How do they play off of it now? Players in the apartments, up in the halls. It's a timely smoke. We'll slow them for the moment. And Laser coming looking. He's got that AWP now. And he's dead. Didn't clear boiler. Unfortunate there. And a trade means that this A site is now right for the picking. Tommy Jed trying to swing back in, can do nothing about it. This bomb's going down. Round 14 is all but secured here for Isurus. This has to be a save, certainly, right? No way you can justify it. And crossing that angle will lead to a death. There we go. Clean round 4 alive for Isurus. They find 14. They've certainly allowed Leviatan back into this half, but now they have a chance to shut it down.
And I mean, because Leviatan was allowed back into the half, they had enough economy to absorb that round loss fully. In fact, double op setup going to be coming through here. Dillian and Reversive rocking those, and the A4s, excuse me, the A1Ss will round out the bye here for Leviatan. Isurus, AKs across the board. This is something that you'll see oftentimes on Inferno because you want those quick rotations. You don't necessarily need an opper, and that's why they're going for these rifles. Oh, nice nade. Tommy Jet gets connected on then again, and Reversive goes down to 34. It's just an onslaught of utility from Isurus here down Banana.
Wow.
But Leviatan hold their ground, and as they should, because Reversive gets the headshot on Ali.
Big pick to find this double op, yielding results early. Destiny trying to make a lurk work out the balcony, but the brunt of the hit still coming towards B. He is being held for. Lots of noise being made to draw their focus, draw their attention. Reversive is going to push into this. Is there a flashbang for him? Is he just doing this dry? Oh my goodness. Yep, he's going to get traded there, as would be the expected scenario. And now Destiny's gotten out on the other side. This would be a huge kill to find. He's looking for it. A massive duel for Laser to win. That prevents the bailout towards A. Well, they've got to commit back in, but Noxie could catch 1962 with his pants down. The 1-for-1 trade, that's fine. That's fine. All on an Ithon. A 1v3. He's going to plant the bomb, and the spam won't trouble him at all. Okay, 1962 get a little bold with that one, but he wins the fight. How does he win the fight? I don't know.
I thought Nithon should have had that, honestly. He had a lot of opportunities to zero in the headshot, but 1962 gets the jump on him. And that will be a 10th for Leviatan. So Isurus, despite the fact they win that previous one, they come out here and fall short on their attempted B execute. Again, getting isolated and not able to find those trades. So Leviatan, they've hit double digits. 14-10 in favor of Isurus. I don't think a timeout would be a bad decision for Isurus here, but they're not going to use it.
Not yet. I think they've used at least 2 to this point, right?
Yeah, they've
Not
got
sure.
2 left.
So save them for when it gets really risky. See if you can't crack down.
Yeah.
With the Mac 10, I'm assuming maybe they're going to go a little quicker into this one. Hard to say how much quicker they could go since their pace has not exactly been slow. Where are they going to go with it? Initial 4 of utility is out from the CT side. Actually, every Molotov they have has been dumped. Which is interesting to note. Now it's onto the smokes. Blaze is chilling here. Mollied out. He's cleared. Has to smoke himself into the corner. Now they know he's here. And just pressure it, but that's interesting. Noxie, knowing a player's locked in, drops a smoke of his own.
It.
To then isolate the fight towards Porch. And they've got that fight won. Reversive. Gonna be flying back in, but that's such a timely flash.
Wow.
Oh, it's all falling apart in a moment. This bomb's going down. The round has been won. That's map point found for Isurus.
I actually really like that play, right? Because instead of trying to chase the player through the smoke and spamming him and expose yourself from Porch, you just isolate that player, say, well, I know you're there, and let's go see if these guys try to take the fight with us. They absolutely do, and Isurus reads it perfectly. That leaves only Tommy Jet towards the B side, who's now been spotted out, and that means no A1S going to be saved over into the next round. 15-10 for Isurus. They have secured map point.
And look at what's going to be arrayed against them. For Leviatan to try and make this happen in overtime. They got no money. They are broke. They are very limited in what they can field here. Minimal investment coming in.
Yep.
Let's see what they can do. They did get 1 pistol round before. This time they've even got a rifle to back it up, an SMG. There's some possibility. It will be challenging. For Isurus, it's not about giving away anything. Just got to try and play this one out. Laser spotting there for the peek from Boiler. Here comes the peek. There comes the kill. Nicely done for Dillian. He's going to have to deal with more, and he does indeed. Being a bastion for his team here, giving them the numbers, and ooh, look at this rotate. They've fully abandoned B.
Oh, they fall off it quickly, though.
Okay. Had to do. Isurus are pushing up in towards brackets, but they're not really committed just yet. The bomb hasn't committed, at least. And now the rotate goes back the other way. Leviatan really trying to gamble this one, recognizing that they're at a major disadvantage. And that's going to put so much pressure on Dillian once more. Flash going over. Confirms there's a player in pit. Destiny knows that now. dealing with the guy library, so they should know that Pit is likely to be isolated. Molly forces Dillian out. He's already positioned for it, but he's good. Turns away from the flashbang. What a huge kill to find. He needs more, and he can't get more. Even numbers for now. Ooh. My goodness, both limp away from that. Bomb down, though. Leviatan need a hero play. Reverse it with the found. AK will do nothing. It's all on to Tommy Jed. He's trying to get through, but he's got no health, and one bullet will take him out of play. 16-10. Isurus emerge with a map 1 win.
Yeah, very nice map victory there for Isurus. Looked a little shaky on their T side at the beginning, but they really